Good. So, what's the overall situation there in Pakistan? Particularly
Uh,
COVID.
reg- reg- Regarding COVID, yeah. So Shahadat, yes, so the situation, it was a little serious, a few days back, but then the government, they implemented more strict SOPs. So now it's getting better. So right now, I believe the percentage rate for positivity is 2%, except for only one city, which is Karachi. So that's the biggest city. So over there, it's more than 4%, but for the rest of the country, it's around 2%. So it's better. It's better than India. I really hope it gets better there as well. I don't know about Bangladesh, so maybe you can also tell me a little about that.
Uh, so actually the same situation here in Bangladesh because a few days back
Okay.
I was really afraid because I was really thinking the Indian variants may come to our country and the situation get worse. But
Mm-hmm.
nothing happened actually till now. So
Okay.
situation is improving.
All
So
right.
I believe everything will be better within a very short time.
Yes,
Let's hope for
yes,
the
inshallah. So, and what about your family and your close
uh,
relatives?
close relatives. Yes, there are some guys who have passed away due to COVID
Ah,
in my
okay.
from the relative side. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
really sad sometimes actually.
Yes,
So other
yes.
my close family members actually did not get affected yet.
Okay,
So
okay, good. All right, yeah. So I really hope it gets better. I mean, it's affected the whole world. It's
mhm.
really strange. Yeah.
Okay, so Fad, so shall we start the interview?
Yes, yes, yes. Sure.
Okay, so please tell me what is your understanding about SAP FICO?
Uh, okay, so Shahadat, and I can call you Shahadat, right? That is your first name. You're called by that.
Okay, yes, no problem. You can call me
All right.
Shah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So yes. So SAP for me, it is. Uh, there are two aspects of it for me. Okay. I'll talk about SAP in general first, and then
Mhm.
I'll come to FICO as well. So the first part is the integration aspect. So it is an enterprise software that integrates all the modules or all the functions of a company. So it functions in an integrated or a synchronous manner, and finance is a part of it. So finance comes there as well. The other part would be the digitalization aspect, and this is where the future aspect of it comes in, where and I really believe that this is where the companies are going. You have a system in place, but at the same time you want things to get better and leaner, and so things are getting digitalized. You work on your laptop and now you work on your mobile, and you're controlling the processes and approvals and workflows through the device in your hand. So SAP for me is all that, an integrator, a facilitator for the companies, and it is the next thing when it comes to the digitalization, and which is also one of the major strategies for most of the IT companies throughout the world. If I talk about FICO, so it also is one of the key aspects, or one of the key facilitators in doing all this. So whether it is from an integration perspective, where every inventory, whenever it moves, or every penny, it is added or subtracted in your company. So finance is there to take care of it, and it is integrated, since it's integrated with all other modules or functions. So it is one of the most major players in your company. Then finance from the second perspective, it comes to management accounting, where not only is the system integrated, or all your financial transactions are being recorded in the system, but at the same time you can also perform management accounting, which means that the CEOs or CFOs, they can control the company based on intelligent decisions, which the SAP FICO or specifically CO module helps you achieve that.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fahad, for your detailed
Yeah, you're
answer.
you're you're welcome, Shahad.
Okay, so let me ask you some scenario-based question now. Okay, so
Okay, okay,
it will be from SAP purchase order. So, for example,
okay.
one client raised a
Mm-hmm.
PO at US dollar 13 for 60 quantity.
Mm-hmm.
A good receipt
Okay.
MIGO transaction was done at the same at that price.
Mm-hmm.
Now the client wants to do a Miro transaction at USD 14
Mm-hmm.
for 60 quantity. So what could
Mm-hmm.
be the possible solution?
Okay, so you're saying that the good receipt was done at 30 USD for 60 quantity, and
Hmm.
now the uh, good issue or the invoice you're talking about, or the payment you're talking about.
Good. Okay, let me. Shall I repeat the question for you?
Yes, 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 please. Yeah.
The client raised a purchase order at USD 13 for 60 quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then a good received MIGO transaction was done at that price. That
Okay.
13
Okay.
USD. Okay.
Okay.
Now the client wants to do a Miro transaction at USD 14 for 60 quantity. So what could be the solution?
All right. Yes. Now, Shahadat. So in SAP, yes, you can perform that, and the difference of this 10 USD. So that will also be recorded in SAP. So it in one of the GL accounts, and then so this will be a price difference GL account, and it also happens, practically speaking, all the time in the companies where a PO is issued at one price, and then the goods are received at one price, and the invoices or the payments made at another. So all the price differences, they are recorded in SAP in the GL accounts. And then at the month end or the period end, Shahadat, you execute the ML, and what that does is it, or at the time of closing, all these price differences, they are updated by SAP, and the 60 quantity that you were talking about, all the materials, even if it was one particular material or if it was multiple materials, so the price will be adjusted at the end of the month or period from 30 USD to 40 USD. So that will be done at the month end.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, so my next question, for example, the user wants to add a trading partner as selection criteria in the F03 screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how do you do
F
this?
F F dash 03 screen.
Yes, yes, F-03 screen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're saying a trading partner needs to be added there?
Yes, the user wants to add a trading partner. Yes.
Okay. All right. So Shahadat, I might not be too sure about this, but so my uh, guess would be
Mhm.
that in F dash zero, if so in F dash 02 you create accounting documents, right? So in F dash 03 it is somewhat similar to it, but and over there, yes, there is a category or a field where uh, the trading partner can be added. So it is a field over there if the trading partner is already created in the system through the business partner transaction, then the trading partner can be added over there. So that is my guess. I'm sorry, I'm not too sure about it.
Okay. Okay. So,
Mhm.
this is my very general question. What are the biggest benefits that you can have with the SAP FICO?
Okay, so yes, so this also has two components. So there's the financial accounting aspect, and there's
Okay.
the management accounting aspect. So the biggest advantage, in my opinion, is that you will get your financial statements for your legal reporting at the end of your fiscal year. So you would be able to create the balance sheet and the P&Ls, and that will also be, tracked and with sufficient uh, traces that, you can also pinpoint any particular transaction in your audits. So it will give you the financial statements. Number two, it will give you all the documentations required or the evidences required for your audits. And then number three would be the management accounting aspect, where the CFO or the C-level executives or the managerial staff would be able to make intelligent decisions based on the reports that are being generated from the FICO module. So based on the reports, for example, if I talk about the profitability analysis of, let's say, in automobile industry, so you know that a particular vehicle that you're producing, how much is its base cost, how much does it cost you the production, and then how much does the transportation cost you. So at the end of the day, how much does this vehicle cost you, and then after this, at what price are you selling it? So then what profit are you getting out of it from selling this vehicle? So when you know the cost, and that cost will obviously be calculated by the system, so when you will know this cost, you would be able to make intelligent decisions, whether you're in profitability, whether you need to increase prices or decrease prices, or maybe increase your operating profit, and so on. So you can take intelligent decisions or informative decisions based on the reports that you get. So three things: one is the financial statements, the other one is the audits, support in audits, and the third one is the ability of the SAP to help you make intelligent and better informed decisions.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your nice answer. So my
You're
next
welcome.
question, uh, this is also a scenario-based question.
Okay.
For example, the client processed a
Mm-hmm.
bank statement, and one of the
Mm-hmm.
line items in the bank statement overview in transaction FEBA shows the status as complete.
Okay.
Because, however, the client used a wrong posting rule here.
Mm-hmm.
How can you change to the correct posting rule and process the transaction again so that the status is changed to posted? Is my
Okay.
question
So
clear?
right. Yes. I want to ask you some questions about this too. So you're saying that already posted in the system in SAP?
Yes, yes, already posted.
Uh, okay, all right. And this was an automatic posting or a manual posting?
It was automatic posting.
Okay, all right. Okay, so yes. So usually the a practice that is employed by most banks is that they do this via MT940 whenever it is automatic posting via the banks, and it is actually used for reconciliation when you have the invoice in the system, you have made the payment, and then the bank statement comes, and through MT940 and the FABN, you post uh, the bank statements, and then it is cleared in your system. Now you're saying that if, let's say, any particular uh, payment is incorrectly posted, so what can be done here is that if it is cleared, so we will reverse this transaction, this cleared transaction. So not only will we reverse it, but we will reset it as well. So SAP gives you this functionality to reverse and reset, and then what you can do is you can post the correct invoice against the correct payment. So if you look at the root cause here, it is because the wrong invoice was posted against the wrong payment. So once you are able to reverse and reset it, you can then again post it in the system.
Okay, that's great. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Fahad, so can you tell me one of your biggest achievement so far?
Biggest achievements professionally?
Hmm?
Okay, so Yes. So Shahadat, yes. If I think about it, so let me think about one of the scenarios and answer it to you. If you give me a moment, I'll think about it and then
Okay,
tell you.
no problem, no problem.
Yes. Okay. So yes, we can also have the azan break as well if when the
Oh,
azan is finished.
okay, okay.
Yes, but okay. So Shahadat, um, okay, so I can think of two right now. So the first one would be it's the most recent one. I'm working in IBM, right? So I've been working here for almost 4 years now, and in these 4 years, so I've been promoted twice, Alhamdulillah. So in IBM, the policy for IBM Pakistan resources is that you cannot get promoted before 2 years. So whenever it is before 2 years, it is an exceptional promotion. So the first time I got promoted was after a year and 11 months. And now the second time that I've got promoted, it is in last month. So it is after 1 year and 10 months. So the first promotion was after 1 year and 11 months. Now it's after 1 year and 10 months. So in both the cases, my managers were able to get exceptional approval for me in order to promote me before the allotted time. The usual in SAP IC, people get promoted after 3 years, 4 years, or even 5 years. But I feel I'm lucky enough, and alhamdulillah, that I got promoted. So I feel that so far, if I talk about professional growth, I'm doing good in that department. I am, getting promoted. My growth is good, so I'm happy about that. The other professional achievement, if I talk about one of my projects here, so that it is the first project where I was the project manager in IBM. So this was back in 2000 and end of 2017 and start of 2018. And so in IBM, this was the first assignment of me being a project manager. Before this, I was looking after the project management office. I was, heading that for one of our clients, a local telecom operator in Pakistan. So this was for another telecom client, and I was made the project manager. So here there were around 8 or 9 people that I had to manage and get the project done or executed successfully. So everything was going well, and the biggest challenge that I faced there was the people management, or in particular my team management. So and I say this because so I was a young project manager in my late 20s, but my team, it comprised of people with 20-25 years of experience. So they were all, or many of them, they were more than 40 years old or 45 years old, and they were the gurus in their particular domain. So the challenge for me was to get them to listen to me, or collaborate with me as a team to get to our common objective, which was delivering the project successfully. So this was a challenge I faced, and in the first 1 month or 1.5 months, I was able to sense that if I am not able to collaborate with my team in a positive or in an effective manner, then the project will not be able to be executed on time and smoothly, and this is obviously what I didn't want. So what I did was I uh, and I was studying my team for some time. It was, we were working together even before the project kicked off. So it was 2 months or 1.5 or 2 months we were working together. But I could see that since they were the gurus in their particular fields, and they were really experienced. So anything that I said, they would not consider it as a weight or something as weightful as I would expect them to be. So, and I was, studying them too, my team. And so what I did was, the strategy that I employed was, some of the team members, I befriended them, the senior ones, even the ones who had 20 plus years of experience. So I, became friends with them. We started going out, uh, uh, for lunch or team lunches during the lunch break, and I started to know them, get to know them personally. And so after, they were comfortable enough to interact with me, or to when they opened up, so I noticed that things started, uh, becoming more easy. What happened was that they started to open up with me, and then they would share the problems that we were facing in the project, or the technical aspect of the project, with me in a more open way. Then after this, there was still, one a team lead who was, a difficult resource to deal with. So he was, working under me as my team member, and I was leading that project. But he was known to be a difficult person, and but the situation was that I had to, get the things delivered as the project manager. So for the rest of the team, the senior guys, I was friends with them now. The junior guys, they were not a problem. They were, good fellows. They would listen to me, and they would, work hard. We would, share strategies, and we had common goals to complete the project and grow together. But this one particular guy, so I know that, this he was not the kind of person who I could be friends with, or and he was kind of notorious in the company to be a difficult person. So what I did was, after befriending the other people, and when everybody else was on my side, so I started to, have meetings with him, one-to-one, so individual meetings, where I would share my problems with him. And I was really candid and open about my situation, where I told him that, I mean, uh, I know that you are a senior person, and there is no doubt that without your help, I would be able to execute this project successfully. So I realized that when, I started becoming honest and candid with him, and I opened up with him, and we were not, on friendly terms like I was with the other team members. He was a serious person who would, and he was really good at his work. So when I opened up about the situation, or the problems that I was facing with him, and I asked for his help, then, he took a charge, and then he started supporting me, and it was really better than how he was a month before or 2 months before. So the and after this, so the next 3 or 4 months that we worked together, so it kept getting better and better. So eventually we were able to complete the project before time, and it was a success. So I was happy that I was able to, work in parallel with a team of members who are far senior than me, or have a lot of experience than me. And the crux out of this, and I'm sorry, I mean, I am talking for a long time, but the crux of this that I uh, uh, got out of this was that you have to understand the team that you're working with. Every person has their own style of working and their own style of operating. So if you understand that, if you give each person their space in their own particular way, if you give respect to them, and if you're honest and open with them, then things start to work out, even if there is some friction at the start of the project. So that was the biggest lesson that I learned. It was for me, it was a great achievement, because this was my first project at IBM, and I was kind of concerned that I really want to deliver good, but for the first 1 month or 1.5 months, I was having problems in interacting, or getting my team to work together for a common cause. So yes, so this would be my second biggest achievement professionally, to deliver this project with the team happy at the end of the day.
Okay, Fahad, thank you so much for joining this interview. So, this is a primary interview session. So, once you are shortlisted
Mhm.
here, then you will be again asked for the second round of interview. So,
Okay, okay,
I wish you a very good luck for the second round. Okay. So,
okay.
take care for now. See you.
Yes, okay. You too, Shahadat. So take care and have a good evening. Okay. So yes.
Bye.
So take care. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the interview. So yeah, take care. Goodbye.
Take care.